It's great to be here with you, and I've been looking forward a long time to be able to call you Mr. Secretary. Under the eyes of the first American chief diplomat, Benjamin Franklin. And by the way, I want you all to know in the press, I was the Benjamin Franklin Professor of Presidential Politics at Penn. And I thought they did that because I was as old as he was, but I guess not. Anyway, all kidding aside. Mr. Secretary, thank you for welcoming us today. We've worked together for over 20 years, your diplomatic skills, and they know when you speak for me. And so is the message I want the world to hear today. We must meet the new moment, accelerating global challenges. We must start with diplomacy. That's the grounding wire of our global policy, our global power. That's our inexhaustible source of strength. That's America's abiding advantage. Though many of these values have come under intense pressure in recent years, even pushed to the brink in the last few weeks. Over the past 2 weeks, I've spoken with the leaders of many of our closest friends, NATO, Japan, South Korea, Australia, to reforming the habits of cooperation. And we will be more effective in dealing with Russia, the politically motivated jailing of Alexei Navalny. We will compete from a position of strength by building back better at home, renewing our role in international institutions. That's why we moved quickly to begin restoring American engagement internationally, to up the ante on their own commitments. I'll be hosting a Climate Leaders Summit, including appointing the first Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emerging Technology. Defense Secretary Austin will be stopping any planned troop withdrawals from Germany, a war which has created humanitarian and strategic catastrophe for the United Nations-led initiative to impose a ceasefire, open humanitarian challenge. This morning, Secretary Blinken appointed Tim Lenderking as our special envoy to the Yemen conflict, and I appreciate him doing this. Tim has lifelong experience in the region to push for a diplomatic resolution. And Tim's diplomacy will be bolstered by USAID working to ensure that humanitarian aid is reaching the Yemeni people who are suffering unendurable devastation. This war has to end. We shine the lamp of liberty on oppressed people, and our example pushed other nations to open wide their doors as well, to help meet the unprecedented global need, protecting the LGBTQ refugees and asylum seekers, to successfully reassert our diplomacy and keep Americans safe. That brings all perspectives and makes room for dissent, to live our domestic values at home, our democratic values at home. Reverse the ban on transgender individuals serving in our military. We started in day one. We've reinstituted regular briefings here at State, grounded in facts and evidence. I suspect Ben Franklin would approve. Racial equity will not just be an issue. There's no longer a bright line between foreign and domestic policy on our domestic economic renewal, to make far-reaching investments in research and development of transformative technologies. If we fight to ensure that American businesses are positioned, there's no country on earth, not China or any other country on earth, that can match us. I come today to the State Department, an agency as old and as storied as the nation itself. Diplomacy has always been essential to how America writes its own destiny. For the diplomacy of Ben Franklin helped assure the success of our revolution, helped prevent the world from foundering on the wreckage of war, and declared the audacious idea, we are a country that does big things. Thank you all. May God bless you and protect our troops, our diplomats, and our development experts.